You know what? I have a fear of a lot of other things, but clowns are kind of one of those halfway points with me. I'm not super scared of them, but if you catch the right one, kind of a Stephen King It kind of day, I think anyone is open to being scared of clowns.
I think it's not knowing exactly who they are. I don't know. It's just a mystery. Like, I know they look completely different after they take out the makeup. So it's that idea that I don't know who they might be. So it's like, okay, they might be cheerful, be fine. But then you see all these stories about them, about insane stories actually, about kids and all this. And it's like, oh no, no, stay away from clowns.
And now, my worst nightmare. A growing mystery in California. People dressed up as clowns have been popping up outside landmarks in a small city near Bakersfield. The picture is very creepy. Look at that. From copycats from a local photography project. But now police are growing concerned because there have been at least 16 reports of clowns holding weapons in recent days. Guns and machetes, people.
Looky there.
Oh, my.
It is. It's a beautiful whipped cream cake, and nothing happened to me.
Never happened.
Boy, now I wish I would have asked for something to drink.
Do you ever roll around on the floor, like me?
Hope you enjoyed that, kids, because Krusty's out of here for the summer. In the meantime, we'll be running... classic Krusty. Enjoy! Good evening. Tonight my guest is AFL-CIO Chairman George Meany, who will be discussing collective bargaining agreements.
Why so serious? Comes at me with the knife. Why so serious? Sticks the blade in my mouth. Let's put a smile on that face.
It's not funny. That's the first thing. Like that's what baffles me, number one. Like if that's the makeup is supposed to be part of the joke, but I don't get the joke behind the makeup, I guess. It's just creepy. That's probably the creepiest part of clowns, their makeup.
I think a lot of it has to do with media representation. Ronald McDonald, I don't think anyone necessarily feared the character a lot when I was a child, but I think the association with horror movies, with other things, it's like that is an easy target. Clowning was all about satire and adult humor. It was never supposed to be associated with kids. And I think the association with kids comes from capitalization. Think about Ronald McDonald going on like variety shows. And once they were associated with kids, they couldn't be adult anymore. And that, plus John Wayne Gacy, led to a lot of people fearing clowns because they're thinking, why would these adult men want to dress like this, want to interact with children, when you can just be a magician and do the same thing?
Circuses in general sort of have a seedy history. And so if you go back into circus history, like a lot of times circuses and traveling carnivals and things like that, like those were places that people went for all kinds of reasons, right? And so they were kind of family entertainment, but at the same time, like a lot of grifters hung out there, a lot of people like pickpockets hung out at carnivals and circuses and things like that. And so clowns are so emblematic of that kind of space as well, that they always have a duality about them, like the childhood innocence, but also this idea that there can be a seedy underbelly to anything. The fact that they embody that duality also contributes to their place in horror.
I think so, actually. I think it would, yeah, because I would watch them transform, and probably watching the process of putting the makeup on would make me like, wow, look at the artistry behind it. But just seeing a clown walking around is pretty terrifying, to be honest.
My name is Stephen Finnegan. I know how to work with kids. I'm a former teacher. I know child development. Well, first of all, they come in looking like clowns. And if a young child doesn't understand a weird-looking person, then it scares them. When they see something they don't understand, if it can't hurt them, the parents have to explain what it is. Instead, they instantly say, my child's afraid. And then the child believes that they're afraid, and then pretty soon they wear it like a badge of honor. You walk up to a kid, I'm afraid of clowns. So when I do my show, first of all, I don't come in as a clown. They get to see how I turn into a clown, but I don't just put on my makeup. I have all sorts of clown routines to make the show entertaining while I'm doing it. My name's Steve Finnegan. I am Shenanigan the Clown.